Alright everyone, the stream is live. Hydrator. Wrath, you there? Whoops.
Something.
What's up?
You should stay in one of the team channels so the people in the stream can actually hear stuff.
I thought that we didn't want to do that.
I don't see why not. It was in all the other streams.
I mean, yeah, that's just because I was on the team. I figured we would cast the game.
I didn't think you were gonna stick around.
I'm just gonna
I'm
grab
not
something
gonna
to eat
cast
real quick, and then I'll come cast.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have it watching you for a minute. If you could cast, that would be lovely. If not,
Oof. I'm
Come
not
on,
gonna cast
just do
anything.
just do it.
Not
I'll
a chance in
cast when I
hell.
get back.
I don't feel like casting right now.
Do it.
No.
I'll be right back.
Game resumed.
Are you still here? Because I'm 90% sure it's not actually following my camera right now. Never mind. It is. Alright. I'll cast this shit. Looks like a lot of DPS on Team AKILAE, starting with 3 Warp Blades. As for Team Pride seems to have a whole lot of regen. Looks like primarily because they've got so much caster. Kuradel, Victor, Corona, and Ayers. They do not have a single DPS, really. Unless perhaps Revolution builds DPS. He's really the only one I could see doing that. So, Gavno is definitely going to have a field day with this team. Unless they get some caster anti-health items. He's going to be untouchable. Both teams starting pretty close to each other. Harry hit right there. Gluttony taking some damage. Blue Skittles is gonna have a tough time in this lane. Double jungle over here, kinda interesting. Zeratul and Zell jungling together. Never really seen that. Seems like they're just not gonna be getting as much experience. but should make for some pretty serious ganks. Ooh, Revolution almost caught in that task W. Would have been pretty brutal. I think he would have died there.
Alright, I am back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was sort of casting this already.
Alright.
Interesting hero comps. Team Pride does not have a single DPS.
Really? Are they doing the
They've
multiple
got
caster
four
thing again?
casters. They've got 4 casters.
Alright. I'm gonna turn off my push to talk for a bit.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright. So. Oh shit.
Warp field online.
Alright, do you want to control the camera?
Oh, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm saying you can. Can you do it?
Oh yeah, if you're eating right now, then I will definitely.
Alright, sounds good. So.
Oh,
What just
Pride
happened there?
killing blue Skittles bottom lane. Yeah, I definitely thought he was going to have a hard time in that lane. The Nova against Corona and Ayers.
So Pride has Corona, Ayers, what else? Zeratul is out there.
He has Victor and Kuradel at top, and then he's got Gorbius jungling.
Let's see. That's interesting. So they'll probably have more of an issue pushing down towers. They'll have really strong wave clear, but they'll have a tough time actually killing the towers once they get up to it.
That's
Their
definitely
advantage, I
true.
think, is going to be in terms of disengage because they've got Gorbius and Kuradel has his pretty strong slow, in addition to Corona having, if they sort of chase after Corona while they're being slowed by Kuradel, that's the Dark Archon right there, the Gluttony.
That's true, but they're gonna have trouble with. They're gonna have a lot of trouble with Gavno.
Gavno, I agree, but they have Revolution for Silent Tape. You want to help cast?
Maybe.
If you don't, then get out.
Are you spectating?
No.
Oh, well then you can't really help.
GG.
Oh jeez.
Bottom lane's getting pushed. Oh, ooh,
Destroyer might die
Destroyer.
on this one. Yeah,
Yep, Destroyer
that was
goes
really
down
nice.
to the tower. Oh look.
I do think that
we're casting the game in here. I know you watching it on the stream.
Oh, that was.
wait, who is that?
That's Echo.
Oh, it's Echo.
That's super loud.
Is it me that's loud
Yes.
on the stream?
I don't know about
Well,
that.
yeah, both. I would assume.
I'll reduce my mic volume on the stream.
Use push to talk.
Alright, I'll switch to push to talk. I had switched it off because I was just streaming and they're gonna hear me regardless of whether I'm using it. But push to talk is now on.
So how are you guys doing?
Good,
Fairly
good. We're in the finals now. Finals of the tournament. I believe what they agreed on is that Sergeant Slaughter's team has to win 2 games in order to win, whereas Pride's team only has to win 1 because Pride's team originally played against Sergeant Slaughter's team and won, so they're sort of counting that towards a best 2 out of 3.
Are they supposed to? I don't think that's how letters work.
We're doing
I've
double
heard of it
elimination.
working that way before.
It's kind of a double elimination round robin. Ooh, that was a
Devastating
nice
damage
combo
from
off the
Corona
side.
there.
I think he just hit 6. Oh no, he was doing 6 for a little while. He got more experience with Destroyer over a period of time, which allowed him to hit 6 first, and that he just turned that thing right around. I don't think Athelme's gonna have any trouble right here. They're
No,
not gonna be able to
definitely
defend this
not.
tower very well. The Pride is nearly out of mana. Pride is just spinning the scoreboard. Up top,
How can you even see it
Skittles doesn't really
technically?
have any capacity to clear the wave in comparison to They just have a lot of curl pressure. They're probably going to go on blue's field. Blood finally has his ult.
Oh, they transferred blue up top. That was a it was still smart of them to transfer blue
Skittles
up top.
Lucky might go down here. Oh, he gets taken out by Curadel. Revolution, if he can get the CC onto Gap,
Nah, not a chance.
Chrono boost. Harry, he's not going at it. Destroyers there, heal. Gives him pretty significant advantage. Harry's going to escape. He went to teleport, but he was on a ward. He's gonna get caught. Athama's just too fast. Yeah. He's gonna
But now he's see if Harry gets ability up now. See, he wasted it right there. Now Athame is just gonna tumble into him. He should have saved it and waited for Athame to use the tumble and then used it to escape.
I think what he could have done was use his W.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think he could have used his W to proc the tumble and then keep running, because that would have actually stopped him from tumbling.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Top tower's likely to go down here, but
Athame going in.
Going to die again. Too strong.
I'm surprised the team's really not following him up with very much damage. It was kind of sad. He was doing fine.
Gluttony's ult was still on 20-second cooldown. Camp. Sergeant in the jungle. Can they hear me?
I think so. Blue Skittles gets taken down. Gluttony just blowing his ulti to get these early game kills.
I mean, ultimately, I think that Pride's team has the advantage here. They're going to have some more trouble when they're trying to actually kill the turrets, but they've got an advantage in that Curadel has massive wave clear, Corona has massive wave clear. They've got damage bonus from Destroyer when he uses his X-ray pulse on people, which will increase their spell and physical damage that they're taking. So I don't think they necessarily need an auto attack carry, because they'll be able to ultimately just siege towers down over a longer period of time. And if they can get off a good combination with Curadel and Corona ults, then they'll be able to pretty easily win a team fight, I think. I think that their disadvantage will be if AKILAE and Sergeant Slaughter and Harry can split push effectively.
Right, well, I think right now Sergeant and Harry are failing kind of hard because they were both jungling and they haven't really successfully ganked anybody, and they've lost both altars. Sergeant only reclaiming one right now, and maybe not even. Wait, yeah, no, that's his teammates right there. Yeah. But yeah, they're not keeping control of the jungle.
So I can find the scoreboard up. Alright, so Athame actually went for a Seed of the Overmind first. Which is somewhat surprising given that Corbius doesn't really have a lot of healing. He did, however, take Invigorate. He's running into Sergeant Slaughter in the jungle, and they just walked right past each other. I don't know if they actually saw each other. So Gluttony took Teleport. Revolution also took Teleport, so they've got some more map mobility. Destroyer has Invigorate, which will allow him to, and Pride has Teleport. So they're going to be able to get around the map fairly effectively with their carries and their CC. And their two more supporty/tanky people have Invigorate, which is going to allow them to keep their carries alive even when they're getting doped by Sergeant Slaughter. I think that... Okay, the boss is up. No one's taking it.
The boss has been up for a while, but nobody's taken it.
No one's taking it yet at all?
Yeah. At least to my knowledge.
Revolution might die here. They gotta stop, yeah.
Sergeant and Harry just not doing anything to control the jungle.
One thing that is interesting here is that neither team actually has any wards in the jungle, and it seems like the jungle is not actually being farmed at all by Pride's team, because Pride's team is just focusing on pressuring those lanes in order to get advantage on the towers. And they're not too concerned with the jungle camp because they're going to be able to deny more farm by virtue of having a ranged wave clear. So they'll be able to kill the minions and gain access to more gold without actually getting in a lot of danger, whereas the other team has to go through some pretty strong CC in order to get access to the minerals from killing minions. In addition to that, they've got a lot of tower pressure.
If they were farming Pride's team's side of the jungle, they would be pretty far ahead in creep score, I think.
I think so as well. They do have less. They would. I'm not sure because.
But then they would be losing.
Yeah, they'd be
even
losing
more
their towers
substantially in
more
the
easily.
lanes. At the same time, this strategy of just hanging out in the lanes the entire game that's being done by Sergeant and Harry is not working out for them. So
Yeah, I
maybe
think that
if they
they're
were
at
in the
a
jungle
pretty
and then
significant-
coming in for ganks, it would work better.
I think they're at a significant disadvantage because they don't have any ranged wave clear. They've got 2 melee heroes, one ranged DPS or physical damage carry, but the ranged physical damage carry is really, really squishy and
Yeah.
is liable to just get destroyed by Curadel, Corona, and Victor. Gavino, on the other hand, he doesn't. There's not really a lot he can do. He's got an Imperium barrier, which I think is a really smart first pickup because it'll give him his whole team
Looking
a bonus.
Looking at
boost
Blue
going on.
Skittles' screen, he had the tab up open for a bit. Revolution really low on creep kills, but still building DPS. I think he's only got like 2 or 7 creep kills or something like that, but he's got a beam cannon and some cybernetic implants, I think, which are the weapon speed.
He's likely going for a what's it called, Sonic Flash or whatever that thing is, the on-hit spell damage. Which actually is probably a pretty good idea because having a Victor with more of a supporting role isn't really necessary given that they already have an Ayers and they have a pretty strong tank in Athame, which means that having that ranged auto attack damage, especially on hit, which applies to towers, is a pretty effective way for them to be able to take out towers even despite their lack of ranged physical DPS. And that was a really smart play by
Revolution
Harry.
getting
in that
taken down there.
Harry actually brought a scan when he went to assassinate Revolution, which allowed him to kill Revolution, even though he had, I don't know, oh wait, I don't know why he wasn't fighting out. I feel like he could have fought him prior to those games.
Who, Harry?
Yeah.
I think he would take too much damage from Athame's passive.
He has access to his ultimate. Harry and Athame just leveled up his,
It would be a long fight for very little profit, but now that Sergeant showed up, it was
they actually got a good
pretty easy for
600
them.
out of that. I think part of it also
But
is that even they're not
they've
farming
left their
as well.
top lane pretty undefended, and they've lost 2 towers up there.
Yeah. Well, they have gotten
So they're
one tower.
they're
behind the
currently
lane.
2 towers behind. Yeah.
Warp field online.
And the warp fields are up. Boss still
Reclaiming-
hasn't been taken by anyone. It looks like.
Team AKILAE reclaiming 1 altar.
Mhm. Still, neither team has a lot of wards in the jungle right now.
Team Pride picking out Sergeant Slaughter.
Just getting caught out by
Uh,
virtue of the
Tass
altar.
Tass is going in,
I don't know.
but he's by himself. Not very advisable. Okay. Oh, Harry getting caught out as well.
So Cyrus actually appears to be going for a Psi Inverter first item, which is I don't think a very great pickup because it's enemies within a range of 6 that are taking it. And I feel like if Cyrus is within
Right,
6
and-
range of
and
them, then he's already going to be dying.
I certainly understand why he probably wanted to get it, is because he thinks, you know, I'll
Yeah,
get my
that's-
team
it's
more
spell
spell damage and reduce the copious amounts of spell damage the enemy team has, but
Yeah, but that requires that he be too close. And
Yeah,
he'll die,
exactly.
Especially given he has one of the longest ranges in the game when he's using his Psionic Barrage. I think that Gavin would have been the best one to have a Psi Wolf or a Psi, what is it? Psi Assimilator or whatever.
inverter.
Inverter, Psi Inverter, yeah. Gavno would have been best to have a Psi Inverter on because it would have drastically lowered the amount of spell damage that the enemy team was dealing, in addition to allowing them to take a larger amount of spell damage from the sort of gigantic burst that Tastar has. I think Tastar would have been better off if he had built something along the lines of Tal'Darim Scepter or Kadarian Avatar, because that would give more burst damage, and I really don't think that a defensive item is something that's particularly useful on him at this point, because even if they ever get on top of him, then there's no way he's escaping. He's not going to survive that.
Team AKILAE trying to sort of split, push, and defend with 2 people top, and then also their defense is bottom. But I think, yeah, Gluttony is going to be able to pick them off is the problem.
What were the bans in this game?
I know Anthrax was one of them. Anthrax was banned by AKILAE, but I'm not sure what Team Pride's ban was.
Alright, we've got Team Pride going for a Nyrus Destroyer. They've banned Bruon. So what I'm actually somewhat surprised by is that AKILAE didn't opt to take no root this game, because that would have allowed them to have some significant ranged wave clear. They would have been able to more easily defend against this, but it seems to me like their issue isn't so much that they need to prevent, like, there's not a lot that Team Pride can do in terms of tanking a tower to kill it, because they can't kill a tower very quickly.
Yeah.
They just can't kill the minions fast enough, and if they had
It would
something
be
like
pretty
Narud,
difficult for them to push the
then-
tower if Narud was defending it.
and I think that would give them the sort of ability to get late enough into the game where Blue Skittles would be able to pretty much two-shot into the casters.
Ooh, nice Tassadar
That was
ulti
a
going
really
down
nice
and taking
Tassadar
out
ult.
Gluttony,
Taking
but
out Gluttony will end with a 700 gold. That said, Gluttony got another 600 in response to that. Pride's ultimate not down. He keeps it on Harry. Harry had to ult in order to get out of it, but he's going to get chased down by AKILAE and Revolution. He does have his defense matrix, but that's probably... Oh no, he attacked
What?
the Primal Titan.
why did he do that?
I think he may have gone.
Don't respond. Don't bother. It's just gonna.
He's just being lame. Alright, Sergeant Slaughter is going to be able to get a haste rune if he goes. No, or not. But I think that their primary issue right now is that Team Pride is just sort of roaming in groups, and I think that sort of the optimal strategy for Team AKILAE right now would be to have sort of Gavno, Cyrus, and probably Nova, Blue Skittles, defend the towers, because Nova has some degree of ranged wave clear by virtue of the Q, which is an AoE auto attack.
And then
Gavno
Sergeant and Harry should be either split pushing or taking.
I think that
jungle.
Sergeant and Harry, the 2 of them put together, can take on any other 2 heroes except maybe Corona and Cyrodiil at once. But if they're sending Cyrodiil and Corona, they don't have anything to go for another area. So I think that having Harry with his Zeratul and Sergeant Slaughter with his Zell would probably be the best option for them, just in terms of sending those 2 to push one lane while the others defend it. Because it would be hard for them to tower dive on top of a Tassadar and a Gigatoth, since they have that copious amount of CC.
Yeah.
And Gigatoth's just
AKILAE
really tanky.
got picked off by AKILAE, but they're way too slow to come defend this tower.
Yeah.
They should have been here much
If
earlier.
Gavno can get, they've missed both the CCs on Gluttony. So they've been able to do that. They might have, at the very least, been able to blow Destroyer's ult for the debuff immunity. I think they're going to get long mode here, yeah. Cyrus just instantly dies. He got way too close, actually. Corona ult doesn't really do a lot here, but it's still enough. Revolution's finally arrived in the snipe Sergeant Slaughter, and that'll spell the end for him. Oh no. He escapes using his
He gets
Q.
out. Yep.
One thing that is nice about the Zell pick that I really like is that Ezreal is really strong. His E, the active on it, is really strong against casters by virtue of giving him an insane amount of spell armor. Gavno, I'm not sure what he's building that Braxian plating into, but I don't know.
Looks like Team Pride might be breaking into their base soon, actually.
Although for some reason I feel like Athame should be with them. Harry is probably the one splitting behind. He is. Pride's going to defend against him. If he has his ult up, he'll be able to kill Harry, but he doesn't. Pride's gone for the sort of CDR build, which is, I think, very strong on Corona by virtue of the ball lightning ability. Oh, he may be able to get Harry? He does. Ball lightning is really strong in terms of when you have a lot of cooldown reduction, because it allows you to continue applying stacks of ionized, which allows you to then get a really powerful chain lightning off. So Blue Skittles just killed Athame. If I had to guess, I'd say it's because they...
You can find the link on the forums, Gabriel. If you just visit the forum homepage, there's a link at the top.
Blue Skittles. Cyrus activated Cyanide Barrage, we got stuck there. Sergeant Slaughter's going in on Gluttony, but he gets stunned by Revolution. Revolution gets damaged by Tassadar's Voidlands. Gavino's taking some damage. He does have his W up, so he could reinitiate, but he opts to back out instead. I think that they would have been able to win that if Gavino had gone in on them, and then Cyrus used that to combo his W. Since he does have his W and his Q max, I think they'd have been able to kill them. One thing I don't think was... Whoa now. I can't block him. They continue to farm the jungle. He picked up an unyielding barrier next. I'm not sure if that was the best pickup, because each auto attack that is applied to him deals damage to the surrounding enemies, so I think it would have been better than if you pick up probably a Psy Pilfer into a Psy Inverter, because that would somewhat counteract Tassadar's, and it would synergize fairly well with this ult, in addition to just the extra power that it would give their entire team. Also, I do think that the Victor pickup is really nice for them, given that they have an all-spellcaster comp, because his ultimate actually increases the amount of spell damage that people
interesting.
take.
He actually got a Smoldering Incisor, not a Slothian Burner. Or Slothian... Incinerator? Yeah. But I guess he probably got that because he wanted to use it to take out Gavino.
Yeah, that's most likely what it's for, especially since Gavino has a large amount of health. In addition to the kinetic refractor, which I think is really good for them because they've got it against Sergeant Slaughter and Harry Hoot, both of whom are going to be doing most of the physical damage, and it'll reduce their weapon damage and weapon speed. So Gluttony throws out an ult, doesn't manage to hit anyone. Sergeant Slaughter's backing out. Gavino also backing out. He gets CC. He's probably going to go down here. Harry Hoot goes in trying to go on top of Gluttony.
Revolution goes down.
Debuff immunity applied to him by Ayers, which means that it's going to remove all of the stacks of Requiem. Gavino goes back in, but he's way too low. He can't manage to get out, though. Sergeant Slaughter reinitiates on top of Pride, but he doesn't manage to do anything. Harry Hoot activates his ult to heal himself. Gavino's going out towards Ayers, but doesn't actually manage to get on top of him. All in all, that fight goes probably in favor of Team Pride because they have their primary two carries up, and Gavino goes down as well.
I think this game, AKILAE would have a chance, except that I think Gluttony and Pride are both going to be looking to get Voidstone Incinerators pretty soon.
Yeah, and at that point, oh, they're going for Yagdra right now. They can manage it because they have Ayers in addition to the constant shields from Pride, in addition to Pride having Nocera's Guise, which is a spell ban, and Gluttony having his Eves, which is a pretty significant amount of damage against Yagdra especially, but also because it gives him some home spell ban. So Yagdra's going to be a pretty massive influx of gold and power into these guys for a temporary amount of time. They're probably going to have to clear their top, but I'd guess that they're either going to go for, they're probably going to go for this fort down here, if I had to guess, because that'll let them have sort of more map pressure. Sergeant Slaughter gets caught out by Curadel's ult.
But it's not quite...
It's not quite enough, so oh my gosh, he gets hit by a Void Pulse and just takes a massive amount of damage. However, Gluttony does get caught out after that. Blue Skittles is going to go down here. Oh, he uses his ult against Athame and gets away flying. If Athame continues to dive, he's going to end up dying. Ooh, Blue shouldn't have gone on top of him.
He got knocked back, but he's going to...
Yeah, he gets killed by the tumble appears that it's still applied to, even though he was in his passive.
It stays on as long as he's in his passive. Nothing actually turns off while he's in his passive.
Gotcha. Alright, so Cyrus is going to take this top altar, which will give him 5% damage increase and reduce the damage they're taking by 5% in addition to the Yagdra buff. Or that'll actually help you counteract the Yagdra buff a little bit. Revolution and Destroyer pushing down the bottom of the fort. Gavno tries to wave clear top. Pride was pushing it out, but he's backing off because he was pretty overextended. He has his teleport up, so he's teleporting probably to the bot lane where he's going to help reinforce his teammate. Yep. So they're going to push down this lane. Pride's got 300 mastery at the present time. Kuradel has 405. Not sure how many stacks of his E he has, but I'd guess probably around 100.
Must be a lot.
He's also using his teleport to join him in the bot lane. Sergeant Slaughter is taking a lot of damage even though he's behind his tower. Blue Skittles is trying to move around the backside, but he gets caught out by Athame. Athame going on top of him, and Blue Skittles does make it away, but
they're not going to be
Athame
able
is
to
actually
defend the tower,
moving
though.
on beyond the tower, trying to take out Blue Skittles, but he's probably not going to be able to get him given the Sergeant Slaughter's there, and he's going to die as a result of it. That was fairly unwise, I think.
Yeah,
Chase all
at
the way
the
into
same
that
time
base.
they might lose this tower because they went so far back to defend
Oh
against
man,
Athame.
Athame gets caught out by a Void Rift. Oh, but he does manage to get off an ult off. That is not nearly enough given they have a Destroyer there. Ooh. It's just constantly healing them in addition to the Yagdra buff. Looks like Gluttony has a Soul Destroyer in order to massively increase the amount of damage they're taking both from Gluttony, from Pride. Harry who's splitting top lane, but it's not really doing much. So he's not getting very far. While the
Yeah,
bot lane
looks
is
like
pushing
Team
to the
Pride
base.
is going to break into the base now. I think
Yeah.
they've got this one in the bag,
Sergeant
so that
and
means
Skittles are
this
pretty
will be
much
the
dead.
last game.
Yep. The Guardian is now available to be attacked. Harry may be able to get the fort. Yeah, he's going to get the fort tower up. So he'll get the fort as well. But they might
A
just
very
have to
nice ulti from Pride right onto Blue Skittles and Gavno.
They may be able to end the game off of this right now. Revolution has a pretty significant amount of weapon damage and pretty good weapon
Knowing
speed.
them, they'll definitely try to end it.
I
Oh,
feel
but
like
Revolution gets
might
caught
end
out.
up dying.
They might have to back up now, yeah.
Harry Hoot's back, so they do have that, but Athame's here as well. Athame does
Their
have
whole
his
team is there
Invigorate,
now.
and Destroyer does not have his Invigorate nor his ult up right now, so they have a decent chance of being able to try and actually fight. Once Tatangar's ult is up, they might have the ability to go after them, but they're all just backing off. They'll probably be preparing to go for Yagdra once it's up again. Gluttony uses his Chaos Rift, doesn't manage to catch Harry Hoot out as Harry Hoot uses his refraction to just dodge it. They are having a tough time wave clearing this though. Top lane being pushed down, Pride picks up a True Sight Elixir in order to see the Zeratul. This is going to clear the top wave. I guess they're going to Pride's probably going to pick up this top altar, then they're going to take Yagdra and push down the top lane. Looks like they are going in on the Destroyer, but I doubt they'll be able to do anything to Sergeant Slaughter's here. Sergeant, he's not going to be able to get them. And Pride's teleporting
He'll
in.
just get worn down by Gluttony.
Well, Pride's
He tries.
teleporting in. Athame does go down, but Pride's about to get off an ultimate.
Wow,
and just
Athame
destroy
deals
them.
a lot of damage with his passive, and then Pride comes in too.
Ooh, Pride barely gets out of there.
Some kills, he makes it out with his E.
Gavno's there. He may be able. He won't be able to get Pride because Destroyer's there to heal him.
Cyrus
Gavno
gets
is
picked
stunned.
off.
Cyrus does pick up, manage to hit them with his W, and still dies in the process. Harry Hoot's back in the base, but he's leaving his base tower, or his Guardian alone in order to try and maybe pick someone off, but he's going to end up dying as a result of that. He gets sniped by Revolution and picked off
Yeah.
by Chaos
Team
Rift.
Pride's just gonna go
Team
bottom
Pride's
and
going to
end
end
this
this
now.
game right now. Yeah. Gavin is not going to be able to defend against this, especially given that that Pride has a Void Stone Incinerator, and he's shielding the minions in order to better increase that. They also have over 300 AP apiece, which allows, or mastery apiece, which allows them to deal extra damage to the Guardian if you deal a percent of your mastery. I believe it's around 30% in bonus damage to structures. Revolution also has a good amount of attack speed and weapon damage, so that's going to be the end of the game. Team Pride wins the first Reckoning Rise of Amon tournament.
let's move up.
Congratulations.
Feels good.
Woo!
Good game.
Good game.